Hey, y'all, picture this: a packed flight, 37,000 feet above the Smoky Mountains, and a 9-year-old kid named Ethan finds a crumpled note tucked in the seatback pocket of 24C that makes his stomach drop. Flight 3921 compromised. System failure at 10:47 a.m. Check the rear panel. This ain't a prank. It's 10:12 a.m., and Ethan's got 35 minutes to figure out if this is some sick joke or if everyone on this plane, including his dad, waiting in Nashville, is in serious trouble. Now, if that doesn't make your heart race, stick around, because this story of a kid's gut instinct, a crew's quick thinking, and a man unraveling in his own pain is going to hit you hard, and trust me, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and tell me where you're watching from, because this one's wild. So let's rewind a couple hours to Memphis International Airport, Gate 17, where Ethan's sitting with his dad, Caleb, who's checking his beat-up old Seiko watch every 5 seconds, muttering about his ex, Sarah, who's supposed to drop off Ethan's little sister, but surprise, surprise, she's running late, as always. Ethan's nose deep in his worn-out copy of the Westing game, spouting random facts like, "Dad, did you know the tallest building in Nashville's called the Batman Building 'cause it looks like his mask?" Caleb forces a smile, but he's stressed this was supposed to be their weekend, just father and son, catching a Predators game, maybe hitting the Country Music Hall of Fame. Sarah's flakiness is about to ruin it. When the gate agent calls for boarding, Caleb makes a call he'll second-guess all day. He signs Ethan up as an unaccompanied minor, trusting his kid's sharp mind to handle the short flight to Nashville alone. "You got this, bud," he says, ruffling Ethan's hair. "Stay put, listen to the crew, and I'll be waiting at the gate." What Caleb doesn't know is Sarah's stuck in traffic on I-40, phone dead, and Ethan's about to walk onto a plane with a guy in 25C who's been planning something dark for months. On board Flight 3921, Ethan's buckled into his window seat, buzzing with that mix of nerves and excitement you get flying solo for the first time. The flight attendant, Lisa, a no-nonsense mom of 2 with 15 years on the job, checks his seatbelt and hands him a juice box with a warm, "You good, kiddo?" Ethan nods, clutching his book like a lifeline, watching the ground crew dance their choreography through the window. Behind him sits Victor Hayes, a 62-year-old former airline mechanic with gray stubble and a faded blazer, looking like just another guy heading to a business meeting. Except Victor's not here for business. He's nursing a grudge that's been festering since he got laid off after 30 years, replaced by some algorithm and a kid half his age. In his carry-on, tucked under the seat, is a handwritten rant about corporate greed and a small device he built himself, wired to mess with the plane's electrical systems. He's chosen this flight, this day, for reasons only his broken logic can justify, a final middle finger to an industry he thinks betrayed him. As the plane hits cruising altitude, Ethan's getting antsy, flipping through his book but not really reading. He reaches for his backpack and knocks his book to the floor, and that's when he spots it, that folded note, peeking out of the seat pocket. He hesitates, knowing he shouldn't snoop, but come on, he's 9, and mysteries are his thing. The words hit like a punch: compromised, system failure, not a prank. His digital watch, a birthday gift from Caleb, says 10:12 a.m. His heart's racing, but his dad's voice echoes in his head. "If something feels off, Ethan, say something. Better to look silly than regret staying quiet." He glances back, catching Victor checking his watch, adjusting his bag with this creepy, deliberate calm. Ethan's gut screams trouble. He unbuckles, note in hand, and weaves through the aisle, dodging glares from passengers who think he's just some kid causing a ruckus. He finds Lisa near the galley, pouring coffee, and blurts, "Ma'am, I need to see the pilot. I found something bad." Lisa, used to kids freaking out about turbulence, almost brushes him off, but something in Ethan's wide eyes stops her. She takes the note, reads it, and her face goes pale. "Where'd you get this, kid?" she whispers. "Seat pocket, 24C. Ethan says, pointing back, "And that guy in 25C, he's acting weird." Lisa doesn't hesitate. She grabs the intercom, calls her colleague, Mike, and says, "Forward galley now. Priority." That's when things get real. In the cockpit, Captain Ellen Parker, a 20-year veteran with a "don't mess with me" vibe, is running through her checklist with her co-pilot, Raj, when Lisa's knock comes. She opens the door, sees Ethan, and raises an eyebrow. Kids don't just waltz into cockpits. Lisa hands her the note, and Ellen's jaw tightens. Son, you're Ethan, right? Tell me everything, she says, voice steady but urgent. Ethan spills at the note, Victor's weird vibe, the way he kept checking his watch. Ellen glances at Raj, who's already pulling up system diagnostics. Describe this guy, she says. Older, gray hair, blue blazer, carrying a brown bag. Ethan replies, standing a little taller. Ellen nods. Good job, kid. Go back to your seat. Act normal. We've got this. But as Ethan heads back, Lisa slips him a plastic wing pin with a scribbled note. Keep eyes on him, secret agent. Ethan's terrified but kinda thrilled. He's in a real-life mystery now. Back in 25C, Victor's unraveling. He didn't expect a kid to find his note. It was meant for a suit in first class, someone he blamed for his downfall, to spark panic too late to stop him. But Ethan's got the crew's attention, and now he notices an air marshal, Claire, sliding into a seat a few rows up, her eyes locked on him. Victor's hand slips into his bag, fingers brushing the remote that'll trigger his device, hidden in the rear lavatory panel. One press, and the plane's systems start fritzing, not enough to crash right away, but enough to make the pilots sweat, to make the news. He's seconds from doing it when Ethan's eyes meet his in the window reflection. That look pure, unjudging fear hits Victor like a brick. It's his daughter's kid, the one he hasn't seen since the layoff broke him. Doubt creeps in, and his hand freezes. Ethan sees Victor's twitch, and his brain goes into overdrive. He drops his book into the aisle, loud enough to turn heads, and scrambles after it, yelling, Oops, sorry. Claire, the air marshal, pauses, blocked by the kid in her path. Let me get that, buddy, she says, keeping it cool, but her move gets her closer to Victor. Ethan, thinking fast, holds up a random receipt from his pocket, saying, Sir, you dropped this back there. Victor blinks. Thrown off, he knows it's not his, but the kid's voice is so earnest. My dad says you gotta return stuff that ain't yours, Ethan adds, buying Claire the split second she needs. She's on Victor in a flash, cuffs out, voice low but firm. Federal Air Marshal. Hands where I can see him. Victor's hand comes out empty, the remote untouched. The cabin gasps, but Lisa and Mike keep everyone calm, all while Victor mutters, Check my bag, left pocket. Device is in the rear panel, R7. It's off unless I signal it. Ellen's voice crackles over the intercom, cool as ice. Folks, we've had a minor situation, but it's handled. Stay seated, and we'll be in Nashville soon. In the cockpit, Raj isolates the electrical systems, and the glitches stop. Ethan's back in his seat, heart pounding, clutching that wing pin like it's a medal. When they land, Nashville's airport is crawling with cops and FBI. Victor's let off in cuffs, his face blank, almost relieved. Ellen steps out, spots Ethan, and shakes his hand like he's a grown man. You saved us today, Ethan. That's courage. Caleb's waiting at the gate, freaking out till he sees Ethan, pulling him into a bear hug. What the hell happened, bud? He asks, and Ethan, still wired, spills the whole story, the note, the guy, the distraction. Later, at a Predators game, Caleb and Ethan sit in the stands, the roar of the crowd washing over them. Ethan's still processing, asking, Dad, why'd that guy want to hurt us? Caleb sighs. Some folks get so lost in their own hurt, they forget other people got lives, too. But you saw him, Ethan, not just the bad, but the person. That's what stopped him. Ethan nods, munching on popcorn, the city lights sparkling outside. A few weeks later, a letter comes from Victor, written from a jail cell. Ethan, you saw me when I couldn't see myself. Thank you for that. It's heavy, and Caleb's not sure how to feel, but Ethan just says, maybe he just needed someone to notice him, Dad. This story's got me thinking about how one kid's sharp eyes and big heart can change everything. So hit that subscribe button, drop a comment. What part of Ethan's story hit you hardest? Ever had a moment where you trusted your gut and it paid off? Or maybe you're wondering if Victor was a villain or just a broken guy who needed help. Let's talk about it. Where are you watching from, and what's your take?